Quick like. Let's get a couple people in here. See what happens. I don't know that I can share this or not. We're gonna find out here shortly. Let's go and push these buttons here and share. I'm gonna share that to the disk. It says it's reconnecting, but we will find out. It looks like Jordan's in there. Is it cold there? No, it's only about I would say, well, it said 42, felt like 36, but I haven't looked and the sun has come up. What's up, Cool Colt? Hicktown Honey, good morning. Good morning, good to see you guys. I guess you're getting alerts. That's always good. That's always good. I need to set a timer real quick. Hopefully this thing won't disconnect me. Let's go over reconnecting. There we go. Looks like Spags is in the house. What's going on, Spags? Good to see you. Good to see you. And Alan is here. Good to see you, Alan. It was cold by me and felt colder. West Virginia Pappy's here. Was just talking to him a little bit briefly. I was on Clapper there for a little while this morning while I was burning a little time trying to get the YouTube thing fired up. We're just going to go. There's Jeff. Good to see you, Jeff. We're going to let this room kind of fill up as well as it could possibly fill up. Rick, there you go. Rick came over. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. We will get there. If you haven't done it yet, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. I know I'm asking earlier. I know I'm asking for so much, but it helps with the algorithm to bring people over here. So, all right, let's see. JB showed up. Good to go. JB, he's got his canoe out there. He's JB's canoeing his way around the world, that kind of thing. All right, so I did come prepared. I got some stuff for you guys. I think we're just going to go ahead and go. I've got well, Catitude showed up. Good to see you, Catitude. There's we're getting just bombarded by the craziness of the world, and I think that I don't know what that means. We're kind of getting bombarded by the craziness of the world, so we're going to go ahead and get started here. Look at the prepper. Look at the prepper that's prepared. Never thought that could happen. Don't know. Sorry, fat fingered. Yeah, no worries, Jordan. I don't know what that means, Bradley. I don't know what that means. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started, guys. I've got 23 minutes that I get to talk to you guys before I have to go and take care of some other stuff. So in case you missed it, some little facts that we're being bombarded with, and maybe this passed by you, maybe it didn't, but I'd like to get this out of the way so that we can actually move on to the whole purpose. You said you're prepared, but go ahead. Okay. Let's see here. At least 300,000 people marched in London this weekend to call for a ceasefire in Gaza. Yay! Shut up. At least 100,000 people marched in Paris this weekend to protest anti-Semitism. A town in Iceland was evacuated due to the threat of a nearby volcano eruption that's actually happening right now. People in San Francisco were awestruck at how clean the city could look after the homeless population was moved for a visit from the Chinese President Xi Jinping. Yeah, isn't that magical? Washington, D.C. has considered eliminating a licensing exam for social workers because too few of color have passed in comparison to the white test takers. So just get rid of the test then, right? Massive protests happened in Spain this weekend against the Prime Minister's plan to stay in power. That's always funny when the guys that have been told to leave don't want to leave. And yes, as usual, 5 U.S. soldiers have died in a Black Hawk accident in the Mediterranean this weekend. It's always interesting to see the news in bullet form because, you know, there's a lot of things that are really, I got to tell you guys, in my research this morning, I came across the video that's making its way around a lot of different places. 14 days ago, a boy was beaten to death by at least 10 or 15 other kids, all for his shoes. I think it happened on school property. The boy was white. All of the kids were black. No charges have been filed. it's pretty interesting, considering technically this is a hate crime. And just FYI, I'm not really one to just talk about things, not do things. I have personally sent that video to the FBI, because these kind of things, they really do need to be addressed, and our government is completely 100% failing us. They only enforce the rules that are benefiting them, and not equal justice under the law, all that constitutional crap that they're supposed to be doing something about. They're completely failing. Let's see. Moody's downgraded the U.S. dollar this last Friday due to the country's debt and political instability. It certainly isn't a good look to continuously hit these debt ceilings. Isn't that magical? The U.S. still has a AAA rating, but Moody's is signaling that it is on shaky ground. Quote, in the context of higher interest rates, without effective financial or fiscal policy measures to reduce government spending or increase revenues, Moody's expects that the U.S. fiscal deficit will remain very large, significantly weakening debt affordability, the statement said. Speaking of debt ceilings, the next one is on this Friday, the November the 17th, if Congress doesn't pass another spending bill. If Congress doesn't pass a budget or stopgap funding bill by next Friday, November the 17th, the government will shut down. Federal agencies have already started to prepare, as House Speaker Mike Johnson, it's going to be a while to get that in my brain, Mike Johnson, has yet to outline a path forward for avoiding that result. So, guys, today's live stream is about the economy. And the reason it is, and I mean, if that's not what you're into, please just swipe left, because I just don't want to hear it today. If you guys don't know this, that is my number one prep, is for the economy, because it pretty much covers everything except for asteroids and tsunamis. Good morning, Ian. Good to see you. Things are spiraling so fast to keep up with it all. Absolutely true, Barry. Absolutely true. And so, a lot of people don't understand that the economy is connected to every single part of our life as well as the world. One of the things that I just read you from Moody's basically said that Moody's was downgrading us primarily for two reasons. One, the government's inability to collect enough taxes, and their inability to stop crazy spending. So, what do you think they'll do? Do you think they'll stop crazy spending? What do you think they'll do? That's right. They're going to do the exact opposite. They're going to continue to spend more money, and they're going to raise taxes. That's what they do. A lot of people forget I'm trying to remember. It was like if you make over, I think it's like, what was the big thing they talked about? It's like if you don't make over $400,000 a year, your taxes aren't going to go up. Oh, you mean my taxes aren't going to go from 22 to 26%? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Yeah. Good plan, guys. Good plan, It's absolutely insane. So this live stream is going to be about the economy and some of the factors that are happening, that either they're reported, they're not reported. And before we go into that, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, because I got into a very brief conversation with someone who posted in the Discord, and that's right, we have a free Discord. There's a link down below someplace, about the guys, unfortunately, the soldiers that passed away from the helicopter. And I posted that the source wasn't reputable, and then they posted like 4 different sources proving that what that source had put out was the truth. And it was like, that's not what I was saying. I said the source is not reputable. Okay, we get entirely too much in an effort to get information that the mainstream media is not providing to us. We have gone to these alternate sources, but we haven't vetted them. They say one thing that we like, follow. And then now that's all that fills your stream. That's all that fills your wall, whatever you want to call it. That is all the information that you're getting, and you're getting it from this focal point that is so completely skewed that you never saw it the very first time. And now you're like, well, he gave me good information before, but now wait a minute. Do the research, guys. Do the research. Find out if these people are real. I always tell people, go to ground.news. Go to ground.news, look the story up yourself, find out where it leans, and find out if it actually is factual. Because that's the one thing that site does, that it'll actually tell you that it's highly factual. All right? Whether it goes left or right, it doesn't matter. It'll tell you if it's factual or not, you know? So just keep that in your mind. It's just something that's been spinning around the back of my head since yesterday. And make sure that you have solid sources. And hell, if you don't believe what I'm saying, freaking unfollow me. You know, go away. You know, because, I mean, I'm just trying. That's all I can do is try for you. So, okay, before we get into this, do me a favor. I see 24 people here. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. It helps with the algorithm to let them know that we are here. So we're going to move right into this. If you didn't know this, China took delivery of U.S.-based gold last month. Ugh, like real gold, like you can touch it. And there's a couple of different strategies that they're thinking that they're using. And one is called the Shinabi ARB and gold exit strategy. Over the last month or so, China has been taking delivery of gold out of New York, presumably related to the Shanghai Premium. There we go. I said that completely wrong the first time, didn't I? Shinabi, what the hell is that? For other sources, that the Chinese have now taken delivery of a bunch of physical gold, New York gold in response to this Shanghai Premium. The next one is simply connecting the dots. Simply connecting the dots. We're adding the following important details for subscribers here now, as the dots have finally connected sufficiently to be circumstantially accurate, if not verified with evidence. One, about a month ago, we were told by the China contact, whatever it is, and I can't say his name, that there is a mini vault run on SGE Gold in August through September, where a significant drawdown was affected for local entities taking delivery. Things were watched here by us with piqued interest afterwards. Two, he also stated that China has determined to honor its promise to complete delivery availability and had to slow down and cue the process for orderly execution. I don't know why they write like this. The deliveries got done over time, as we noted. Subsequently, we don't know that Gold China took delivery of it or who delivered it to them last month, but we're almost certain they did get New York gold delivered, as the source states. The word New York is commonly interchanged with COMEX in the industry. So, China's getting their gold, guys. Hey, good morning, Star. Good to see you. China's getting their gold. Why would they do that? Why would they do that, guys? Why would they do that? Let's go ahead and jump. I'm going to skip because this is directly related to... Well, no, we're not going to do that yet because there's an actual link in what I'm talking about. So basically the Fed, we're going to jump on over to the Fed. That's right, the Fed. That thing that isn't really federal at all and somehow is controlling our entire world. Let's see. So it's that to hold them off of us. Don't know what that means, but that's okay. So the Fed has no plan and is just hoping for the best, is what these bullets are going to be talking about here, guys. The Federal Reserve's Federal Open Market Committee, or FOMC, last week left the target policy interest rates unchanged at 5.5%. The pause in the target rate suggests that they believe it has raised the target rate enough to rein in price inflation, which has run well above the Fed's arbitrary 2% inflation target since mid-2021. They believe that perhaps more appropriate word is hope. That is, the Fed hopes it has raised the target interest rate high enough. Moreover, the Fed hopes this will both rein in price inflation and also avoid raising unemployment too high. Um, Gone are the days when the Fed repeatedly suggests that it had a long-term plan or any sort of clear strategy for manipulating economic conditions. There are reasons for this utter lack of precision and planning. Some are economic and others are political. Oh, this kind of sounds like, the way that was written, this really does kind of sound a lot like what they were talking about with Moody's. What did Moody's say? Moody's says, in the context of higher interest rates without effective financial policy measures to reduce government spending or increase effective financial policy measures. You see how they all kind of link together? I really wish this was like really tinfoil hatty stuff, because I could play stupid music in the background, but the reality is these dots all connect. They all connect. Good morning, Mad Max. Good to see you. What's up, Rural? Good to see you, bro. Matter of fact, Rural, guys, if you have not been over to Rural's channel on YouTube, you need to go check him out. He's been doing a lot of things, and I'll be on his show next week. Woohoo! But the Fed is they're really just lost in the sauce. They really are lost in the sauce. I'm going to go and start this again. There are reasons for his utter lack of precision and planning. Some are economic and others are political. Meanwhile, the regime wants the Fed to help keep interest rates on government debt low. Isn't that interesting? They want to keep interest rates on government debt low, but they just completely cannot control the level of debt that the average citizen is incurring right now. They literally can't. People have spent their savings. They're living off of credit cards. We are past paycheck to paycheck, if you guys didn't know that. Let's see here. And they're no longer thinking about building a sound economy, foresting investment, or helping the working man save for retirement. The Fed's concern is keeping up appearances. Yeah, unfortunately, the Fed doesn't care about you. They never have. They never will. This is all about money, and them having it and you not. That's what this all really comes down to. So, all right. So we're gonna go on to the last thing. I've got about 8 minutes left on this live stream. And the question that came up was, is the U.S. economy going down? As in, like you're done. It's going down, man. It's like a sinking ship. So there's a few things here, and I'm going to read a lot of this to you guys, because I think that the way this was put together would actually be better than me just bumbling about. So ever since the 2008-2009 housing crash, we've been hearing one financial guru after another talk about how the United States was heading into another financial collapse. Each had their reasons, all of which sounded plausible, but that didn't necessarily make them true. There's something different going on today, though. They're all talking about the impending financial collapse. Not just one or two of them, all of them. One question for us is whether this collapse is really possible, not whether it is a probability. You see what I'm saying? They're moved away from it's possible to it's going to happen, guys. We in the prepping movement deal with possibilities. If we only prepare for what we've considered is coming our way, we won't do much prepping. Guys, did you hear that? I'm going to read that to you one more time. If we only prepare for what we're convinced is coming our way, we won't do much prepping. Hey, Grumpy, good to see you, bro. I'll read that comment in a second. Of course, the answer to that question is resoundingly yes, and for a variety of reasons. And we're going to go over a couple of those reasons that these things are happening. I really want to take rural politicians, obey the donors instead of listening to the voters. Absolutely 100% true. Grumpy says, remember, every decision you make is an economic one, and it doesn't always involve money. Unchain your brain and realize money doesn't always have value. Absolutely. Spag says, Spag is just saying hi to Grumpy. Stealing my line. Yeah, they were like, it was like a typing. Who had the faster thumbs? That's what happened right there. Okay, so some of the reasons. Let me take a sip of the old coffee. Oh, by the way, Spags, hey, you need to message me your address again, bro. I found them. Okay, let's see here. Inflation. There's no question that we're seeing high inflation. No matter how hard the administration tries to hide it, the official inflation figures of 8 point something percent are based on the consumer price index, which the government is consistently changing to hide the true inflation rate. Okay, so there's a couple of things about inflation you guys must know. Hey, RC, good to see you, bro. You have to understand that when they put out these inflation rate numbers, they wait about 30 days and then they update them. They change them. They don't stay the same. They were like, well, we did that based off of this, and this. And then magically the numbers go higher. Now, some people are saying it's around 8%. That's what they're saying. It's around 8%. But the reality is that at the end of the month, their numbers are probably going to say that it's around 13%. We have been close to 30% inflation rate. This is what we're feeling. I saw some posts. I'm going to go take about 30 seconds to talk about this. I saw some posts this morning and yesterday inside the live Discord where people were talking about they took their kids for a frickin' ice cream and it cost, or like a smoothie or something, and it cost them like $8 damn. These small businesses cannot afford to stay in business anymore. They have reached the point where they are they're passing on the costs, okay, to the consumer. And it's like, okay, well, that's natural. That's business. They're going to do that. It's like if they raise taxes, they'll just pass it on to the consumer. But that's not what's happening. Okay, what's happening with these small businesses down at the local Tasty Freeze is that they can no longer afford to be in business. When they say they can't afford to be in business, they've gone past that. Profits. They're no longer making profits. Now they're just trying to keep the doors open. When they raise their prices by that much, they're trying to keep their doors open. People won't buy $8 smoothies, okay? Or Frosties or whatever it is. They won't do it. They'll be like, I'm done. And when people stop doing that, then they have to close their doors. You know? How do we prep for the economy, LP? I'm going to tell you how to do it here in a few seconds. I'm probably going to go over. I only have 3 minutes left on this. The dollar as the world's reserve currency. It's a serious problem, guys. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to read something to you, and it's going to kind of blow your mind. Should the U.S. dollar lose status as the world reserve currency, countries could call in their debt. Who you think China won't? Listen up. Requiring the U.S. Treasury buy back their debt instruments at the current dollar value, which sucks. If enough of that happens, it will cause the value of the dollar to crash. There are currently more than a dozen countries where China is calling in their debts, demanding that those countries pay China before anything else. This is causing the economies of those countries to fail. What makes us think they won't treat us any better? Magical. They're doing it, guys. And you know I don't do fear porn. You know I don't do doom and gloom. This is all factual information. Last thing, economic civil war. What am I seeing? What I'm seeing here looks like the beginning of a trend. Situational awareness kicked in. Hyper. If progressives continue to try and control businesses with their ideology, and if conservatives continue to open their own businesses to compete with the woke corporations, we all know who they are, Target, blah, 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 whatever, we could very easily reach a point where there are two retail economies in this country, one serving those on the political right and the other serving those on the political left. It's already started. It's absolutely already started, but I don't think that it'll ever get that high in big business. And the reason I don't think that is because there's too much business to be lost with political ideology. All right, so Deborah asks, how do we prepare for the economy, LP? Let me read something to you here real quick. We're on the last page. I have 55 seconds left on this stream. Get ready for a rocky financial road. Where this all leaves you and I is facing a very rocky financial road. If we don't have any actual financial collapse, we'll come close to it, or closer to it than any of us have ever seen in our lifetimes. We can expect the next 10 to 20 years to be rough, with high inflation, growing unemployment, and ongoing shortages. And that's if things don't get bad. Oh, exciting. Shut up, Spags. What should you do? First and most important thing to do is to get out of debt as much as possible. Free man. The people who suffer the most during any financial hard times are those with debt. This means taking a close look at your life and how you spend your money. You'll need to find some ways to reduce... Oh, I gotta push that button. There we go. Where are we at here? This means taking a close look at your life and how you spend your money. You'll need to find ways to reduce spending to accomplish it. You may even need to downsize. The second thing to do is to look at your job from the viewpoint of how secure it is. As the economy gets worse, people will spend less and less money on luxuries and other things that aren't necessary. Those working to provide those luxuries will likely be the first to lose their jobs. There's an issue with car sales, guys, if you guys didn't know about it. And you normally have about 5-6 salesmen on a big lot, and now they're 1 or 2 because nobody's buying these big cars anymore. Let's see here. Those who work to provide those luxuries will likely be the first to lose their jobs, as the businesses which provide them will be forced to reduce their capacity or shut down. If you don't already have some sort of side gig, now is the time to start one. That side gig not only will provide you with money, it'll help overcome the problems with inflation, but it will also give you something you can fall back on should you lose your job. There's a thought right there. For us as preppers, the key, as always, is self-sufficiency. We need to be able to do as much as possible for ourselves so that we don't have to pay others to do it for us. That means growing your own food, harvesting our own water, and doing our own repairs. The more we can do for ourselves, the less we have to pay others to do. That will make our money go further. All right, let's look at the chat here. Ryan says, big companies pander to left and right leanings, abate left much more. Gotcha. Spag says, also consider that inflation is being mirrored by shrinkflation, so you're paying way more, but not even the same amount as before. Absolutely, 100% true. I do a lot of the shopping for our house because I'm constantly, because I'm retired, and because I'm retired, it's that easy, I'm seeing this. It's absolutely ridiculous. The prices of things are through the roof. It has really gotten bad, and I hate to say it, in the last 10 days. Something has happened in the last 10 days that has spiked prices to where it's like, I just spent $60 on like 5 items, and they're just common. They're just common things. I'm literally looking at some very general ideas. I need to confirm it, but you guys can go do this yourself. So, prepper tip of the day. If you have a Food Lion, they have those gift boxes that you can give to the poor. You can buy them and give them to the poor. I hear they're only $5 and they're loaded with food. Take a look at that. I'll be looking at that today because somebody told me about it and I'm going to go check it out. And I know it's like, well, you should be doing that for the poor. And it's like, yeah, listen, man, I can drop a can off a week. I do what I can do. But you know what? At a certain point, you've got to take care of your own. It's just that easy. Where are we at here? Grumpy says, build the 3-pillar, build food security, moderately self-sufficient, and build community. Yes, absolutely. Let's see. I found 3 different kinds of tomato soup at CVS. Nice. That's good to hear because I was really worried. I was really worried when I was talking to you guys about the tomato soup. Let's see. My husband asked me about our bank account. I said, you go grocery shopping then. Yeah, exactly. 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 Let's see here. At some point, you become the poor, Miss Melody. Hey, good to see you, Melody. Um, yeah, but it's the definition of poor. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just be. I don't even want to get into it. I don't even want to get it. Let's see. The wife said she didn't want to party like it was 1999. She wanted to go grocery shopping like it was 1999. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so guys, a little bit of homework. Make sure you guys check out that Food Lion deal. It might actually be something. I don't know. I'm going to go check it out myself today. Take a good look at your preps. If you're just starting, I'm starting to get a lot of people who are brand new preppers. Water, food security. Just do it. Just do it. Those are the basics. After that, watch 1,000 YouTube videos and figure out all the idiosyncrasies or whatever it may be. If you're not a Patreon, get your ass in the Patreon, because there's actually a gigantic checklist of all the different things that you can do to get yourself ready. So, I think that's going to be about it. As usual, guys, there's 32 of you in here. I'd like to see 32 thumbs up. That would be super awesome. I appreciate your time. And you will see me again tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Hopefully I will have all my electronics set up and stuff like that. Since I came off vacation, nothing is set up. Until the next time, stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you when I see you. We'll talk to you later. Bye.